The evening began with excitement as Jim Carrey, known for his wild energy and unpredictable charm, stepped onto the set of The Late Show with Stephen Colbert. The crowd erupted with laughter before he even spoke, his animated gestures already sending waves of amusement across the room. Colbert greeted him with his trademark grin, clearly anticipating another whirlwind of absurdity and genius. But as soon as Carrey sat down, something felt off. He didn't explode with comedy. Instead, he sat quietly, blinking slowly, and looking strangely contemplative. Colbert leaned in with a question about his recent painting exhibit, trying to coax out the Carrey everyone expected. But instead of answering with humor, Jim's voice dropped. "I'm tired of the game," he said. The room went quiet. Colbert laughed nervously. "What game is that?" he asked. Carrey stared at him. "The one where we all pretend any of this is real." The tension in the room escalated almost instantly. Colbert tried to steer the conversation back toward light territory, cracking a joke about Carrey's existentialist reputation. But Carrey wasn't laughing. "You want jokes?" he asked, tilting his head. "Or do you want truth?" The crowd chuckled awkwardly, unsure how to react. Carrey wasn't angry. He was intense, laser-focused. "You sit behind that desk," he continued, gesturing to Colbert. "And every night you play the priest of pop culture, blessing or mocking whatever fits the script." Colbert smiled uneasily. "Jim, you're a guest. Why don't you let me ask the questions?" Carrey smirked. "Because I'm not here to promote anything. I'm here to deconstruct the whole charade." Gasps echoed. This wasn't just a moody celebrity moment. This was a man hijacking the machinery of late-night entertainment in real time. Producers backstage scrambled. This wasn't the version of Jim Carrey they had booked. The Jim who twirled in his seat and made faces. This one was different. Calm, measured, dangerous in the way truth always is on polished studio floors. Colbert, still trying to salvage the segment, asked about Carrey's newest book. "It's a distraction," Carrey replied. "Everything they let me talk about is designed to keep us asleep." The audience was stunned. Some laughed reflexively. Some remained silent, confused. Colbert pressed, "Jim, are you saying you don't believe in entertainment anymore?" Carrey looked around the room and said, "I believe in waking people up, not tucking them in with lies." That was the moment the show turned. A light flickered in the studio. A camera operator froze. The audience could feel it. Something real was breaking through the act. Colbert's attempt to maintain control faltered. "Look," he said, "this is a comedy show, not a philosophy lecture." Carrey leaned in, his eyes sharp. "Then maybe it's time comedy became truthful again." The host looked uncomfortable, searching for his next question, but Carrey wasn't finished. "Do you know how many masks I've worn on camera? How many people still think I'm just clown?" he said, hands trembling slightly. "But those masks were mirrors, and you're still playing yours." The silence that followed was so heavy it could have cracked the stage floor. Colbert's signature smirk faded completely. "Jim, if this is a bit, it's going long," he said. Carrey shook his head. "This isn't a bit. This is the only honest moment you'll get tonight." And the crowd sat frozen, caught between respect and unease. The studio's atmosphere shifted from awkward to electric. Colbert attempted to go to commercial, but Carrey stood up before he could signal. "No need," Carrey said. "I'll excuse myself." That wasn't the plan. That wasn't in any script. Crew members hesitated, unsure if they should stop him or let him go. The audience clapped half-heartedly, more out of reflex than enthusiasm. Colbert watched him stunned. "Jim, don't do this," he offered quietly. But Carrey smiled, gently, almost sadly, and replied, "I've already done it." And with that, he walked off stage. Not in a rush, not in anger, but with a strange serenity that unsettled everyone. The camera panned back to Colbert, who blinked rapidly, unsure of what had just happened. "Well," he said, trying to recover, "that's Jim Carrey for you." But even he knew that wasn't true. That wasn't Carrey as the world knew him. That was something else entirely. The internet exploded within minutes. Clips circulated with titles like Jim Carrey dismantles late-night TV and Carrey's truth bomb on Colbert. Fans were torn. Some hailed him as a genius prophet. Others accused him of being unstable or disrespectful. Memes emerged. Instantly. Carrey mid-sentence, Colbert stunned. Captions like "Real recognizes real" and "Existential crisis live" flooded Twitter. The official YouTube upload of the episode was mysteriously trimmed, excluding most of the altercation. That only fueled speculation. Conspiracy theories abounded. Was it a stunt? Was it censorship? Was Carrey trying to send a coded message? Whatever it was, it couldn't be ignored. Late-night TV had always operated under a mutual agreement. Celebrities promote, hosts flatter, everyone smiles. That agreement had just been torn in half by a man best known for rubber-faced comedy. Backstage sources claimed Carrey walked straight to his car, refusing interviews. Colbert, meanwhile, spent over an hour in his office, reportedly silent and shaken. The official statement from CBS was diplomatic. Mr. Carrey's appearance reflected his personal views. The Late Show encourages free expression. But those who watched knew better. This hadn't been about views. It was about disruption. The kind that pulls down curtains and exposes the wiring. And it wasn't just a celebrity outburst. It was precise, composed, and haunting. People rewatched it obsessively. They analyzed his tone, his posture, even his clothing. It was less like a meltdown and more like a message. Carrey hadn't lost control. He had seized it, and in doing so left a permanent mark on the carefully controlled world of televised entertainment. Within days, the fallout extended beyond the show. Other talk show hosts began making subtle jokes about the incident, trying to laugh it off. But you could sense the fear. Would another guest go rogue? Would another segment turn into a live manifesto? Agents began instructing clients to stick to pre-approved topics. Meanwhile, Carrey remained silent. No tweets, no interviews, no apologies, just stillness. And that, in many ways, was louder than anything he said on camera. His silence wasn't retreat, it was confidence. He had said what he needed to say. The media tried to move on, but audiences didn't let them. Podcasts analyzed it. Reddit threads dissected it. For a few surreal days, a simple late-night appearance had turned into a full-blown cultural moment. Eventually, Colbert addressed the incident on air. "Sometimes guests surprise you," he said. "Sometimes they surprise themselves." The audience chuckled politely, but the sting lingered. He didn't mention Carrey by name. He didn't need to. Everyone knew. The segment that replaced Carrey's appearance was a pre-recorded comedy sketch. Safer, cleaner, easier to control. But the rawness of that night remained, like a scar under makeup. Other celebrities began referencing the moment, some with reverence, others with dismissal. But none denied its power. Carrey had done something few dared do. He had walked into the machine and questioned its very purpose. Not with fury, not with scandal, but with surgical honesty. And it had left everyone reeling. Months later, people still talk about it. University lectures reference it in media studies. Comedians debate it backstage. The Carrey clash, they call it. Was it the moment comedy woke up, or the day reality broke through the screen? No one knows for sure. What they do know is that something changed. The comfort blanket of late-night television was pulled back, even if just for one segment. And for a brief, unforgettable moment, the mask came off. Not just Jim Carrey's, but everyone's. And while he may have been kicked off the stage, in truth, Carrey had done the kicking, booting out the facade, the polish, the pretense. And in its place, he left a question that still echoes long after the cameras stopped. What happens when the joke stops being funny?